How much did your rent increase from last year?
In the past 7 to 8 months, rental prices in Bengaluru have surged by over 10%.
How much time did you waste in traffic this week?
The founder of Bicon posted on X. I had an overseas business visitor to Bicon Park who said, "Why are the roads so bad and why is there so much garbage around? Doesn't the government want to support investment?"
When was the last time that water came normally from your taps? Why does earning more still feels like living worse?
Slow government approvals. Builders often wait for months or years for clearances related to environment, land use, and local permissions. These delays push back construction timelines.
We cannot deny the fact that Bengaluru is one of the richest and fastest growing cities in India. It attracts talent, ambition, and opportunities from everywhere across the nation and across the globe. But daily life here, it is getting harder every day. This video is not about opinions, it is about what the data reveals. Hello everybody, I am Neeraj. Welcome back to Pillar Path. In 2013, Bengaluru's population was somewhere around 1 crore, but today it is 1.3 crores. The problem is not growth itself, but the speed at which it happens. Most of the city's infrastructure was badly designed for 6 million people. Roads, drainage system, water pipelines, and the transportation did not scale at the same pace as population. New areas came up quickly, but the services came much later. Instead of planning ahead, the city kept fixing problems after they appeared. The groundwater crisis in Bengaluru is not sudden, but it is severe.
Requirement of water is not been supplemented, complemented or provided to all the citizens of the Karnataka. So thereby leading to a huge crisis with regard to the drinking water.
Because if you want to look at the data in 2015 in Bengaluru East area, so the groundwater level was somewhere around 17.8 meters. But now if you want to look at it, the groundwater level is somewhere around 38.8 meters, dramatic drop of 20 meters. Areas like Anekal and Elanka has seen a significant drop in their water levels, where the data shows it is more than 7 meters. And 62% of shallow wells that are monitored by the government is steadily losing water. And even more alarming thing is 96% of the wells are in a critical zone. Out of nearly 11,800 public bore wells, almost half of them are not working right now, means they are dried up or they are not usable. The city is extracting water much faster than the nature can replenish it. As groundwater fails, Bengaluru heavily depends on the Cauvery River. Every day the city needs somewhere around 2100 to 3400 liters or million liters of water, but the actual supply is somewhere around 2200 million liters of water, which means it creates a daily shortage of 30%. This gap becomes dangerous in the future. The KRS Dam, which is one of the main sources of water for the city, has recently touched the 5-year low. At the same time, the Cauvery water sharing dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu remains unsolved. Rainfall in Kodagu, which is where the Cauvery River originates, fell by nearly 44%, which means a single river cannot support a rapidly expanding mega city. When Cauvery supply drops and borewell dry up, people have no other option but to depend on the water tankers. Most of these tanker waters come from a private borewells, which are poorly regulated and they are also drilled very deep. For drinking, water is considered safe when the TDS is below 500, but in Bangalore, due to these water tankers, most of the time it is 800 and it is more than 1000 few times. During 2024 crisis, the water tanker prices went up to 1000, 2000 and 3000. So access to water slowly became how much you can pay, not how much you need. To manage shortages, even lakes are being filled with treated sewage water. Officials now warn that if this thing continues without changing, Bengaluru will face a serious drinking water crisis by 2039. When water becomes uncertain, housing becomes expensive. In 2023 alone, Bengaluru rents increased by 15 to 24%. Since 2020, the rents in the city has risen from 35 to 80% depending on the location.
Moreover, in prime areas like Koramangala, Dollars Colony and Sadashivanagar, a 2 BHK house costs 40,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees in rent.
In the past few years, the rent has skyrocketed like crazy over here.
At the same time, if you see the average salary growth, it has been only 7%. This means the rent inflation has consistently outpaced income growth. A simple 2-bedroom home in Whitefield costs somewhere around 25,000 to 40,000. In areas like Bellandur and Sajapura, the rent often touches somewhere around 45,000, and in prime zones, it crosses above 90,000 as well. For many households, housing alone consumes half of their monthly income. The cost of living in Bangalore is not only financial, it is also measured in time. An average person waits somewhere around 150 hours in traffic. That is nearly 5 days spent doing nothing but waiting in the road. Globally, Bengaluru is ranked third among the most congested cities, which means an average person in Bengaluru takes somewhere around 40 minutes to 60 minutes to travel a distance of 10 kilometers. The city now handles close to 12 million vehicles, which grows 10% year on year. Not talking about the public transport, it operates less than half of the capacity required. Traffic alone costs the city thousands of crores and hundreds of millions of hours annually. Bangalore did not become unlivable overnight. It happened slowly by ignoring warnings and delayed decisions. Water has weakened, infrastructure hasn't caught up, and the cost keep climbing. Bengaluru still offers opportunities, but at a growing personal cost. People in Bengaluru, they earn very well, yet they save very less, and they spend more time stuck on the road. This isn't panic, this isn't exaggeration. It is what data clearly shows. The question isn't whether this city will change. The question is whether this life still makes sense for you. Thank you so much for watching this far. If this video really made sense for you, please do like, share and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much. See you soon.